the way this works for people that are new and for the people who are not so new, let me remind you, is that every month you send in your questions to rl@reallife-group.com, letting us know that they are the questions for the group mentoring. If you're on one-to-one coaching, your coach will always ask you what it is that you have in regards to questions and get them over to us as well, so we can attack you from every single angle to make sure that you got the best of the best to get what it is to go where you need to go. So first of all, what we're going to do is we're going to go through the questions, but we're going to answer the people who are here first. So when it comes to attracting investors, what strategy are people finding works best? Also, once we have investors interested, how do we guarantee their investment? That's what the question says. So this is two parts. Yeah, you're asking two parts. What's the best strategy? So the first thing you got to be doing, who's serious about raising money? Just who's serious about raising investor finance? Who's serious about it? Yeah. So here's the thing. Are you willing to learn? Number one. Are you willing to change? Yeah. Are you willing to stop believing what you currently believe? Oh, let's move on that one. Yeah. Listen, what's the test? The test is, what are you willing to give up? What are you willing to give up to learn, change, and stop believing? That's the question. Are you willing to give up Netflix? Yeah. Are you willing to give up time? Are you willing to give up energy? Are you willing to give up money? Are you willing to give up pride? Yeah, that's the question. So here's the first thing. If you are serious, and you said you were serious, which looked like everybody, if you're serious about raising investor finance and you are not posting every day, you're not serious. If you're not posting every day, you're not serious. Because the way I see it, I've been in business and I've built many businesses from scratch to multi-million-pound organizations. And I kind of know what it takes to be able to do that. And from walking the streets, knocking on people's doors, to being on the telephone, having to, call to reach people and get hold of people, to now having social media, where literally within an hour or two, I can reach more people than it would have took me a week if I worked my ass off. If you're not posting every day, you're not serious. That's the first thing. The second thing is, now what do I post? Who's thinking, okay, if I post every day, what do I post? Who's thinking that? Yeah, okay, cool. Because that's probably some of the little voice stuff that may prevent you from doing stuff. And you new people, I know this might be a jump into the dive end. Yeah, does that even make sense? A jump into the deep end. The dive end? What's the dive end? The dive end is the deep end. This kind of still made sense. Yeah, so a jump into the deep end. I know this might be that, but don't worry, over time, you're going to warm to this excellent way of working because it works. And that's just simple. So what do you post? So here's the things you post. So write this down. Number one, content. What is content? Any action that you are taking, post it. If you're happy to post a picture of your breakfast, what you're eating, I'm sure you can post a picture of you either on the telephone or a video of you on the telephone, on your laptop, looking at properties, talking about properties, reviewing your actions from the day, reviewing what you didn't do from the day, reviewing what you're going to do tomorrow, reviewing what you did yesterday, reviewing what somebody told you, reviewing what you read, reviewing something on the mastermind, something that happened in the Facebook group, comment on somebody else's video. Do you get my point? There's plenty of content. Like if you're an investor, just put yourself, if you're an investor, you had 100K, 500K, million, wherever you want to put your mind. What is it you want to see people doing if you're going to give your money to them? You want to see them taking action. You want to see them doing what they say. You want to see them showing up consistently, persistently. You want them being real. You want to be themselves. You want to know who they are, what they made from. Yeah. Second thing is you need to do problem solution marketing. Problem solution marketing. What does this mean? Well, this means is to do videos, but you're talking about the problem. Think of what your problem was that made you want to get in this in the first place. Like, what's your problem? Yeah, not enough time, hate my job, my money in the bank is wasted. Think of the problems. What's the problems? So you could just do a video saying, hey, I'm speaking to these people who've got money in the bank. Interest rates are the lowest in history. It actually costs money. If it's in the bank, it costs you money. It's wasting away. And if if your money is in the bank, when we had that toilet roll shortage, don't worry, just use your money. It's better use than in the bank. Come up with what's the problem. What's the problem is, everybody wanted to play the safe game and work for that paycheck. I've been holding on to that paycheck and I've been swinging on the trapeze, and I did not dare let go of that to grab the other one. I didn't dare do it. Yeah, and this is the problem that a lot of people are facing now, because that security, what once was, is not so secure anymore. Who would agree with that? They now think this employment thing is not really as safe and secure as you once thought it was. So you need to have another way of income. You need to make sure that you're in control of your own income. And what's one thing that's for the foreseeable future is always going to be required? Yeah, what? To live somewhere. Yeah, I thought so too. Boom, that's your video done. You're not selling anything. You're not giving them any call to action. I'm going to come on to that in a minute. You're just talking about problem and solution. Don't get too excited and start going, because I'm investing in property. And if you want to hear from me, you give me a phone call, you give me no, that's a different post. Problem, solution marketing, content marketing. They're the first two that I came across. Now the next thing is, it's call to action marketing. Call to action marketing. So this is where you're actually going to say something like, hey, if you're interested in learning what I'm doing with my money or what I'm doing in my property journey, personal message me, type in the comments, send me an email address, whatever, call to action, whatever you want to do. You might have a website, so go see my website, go to my Facebook page. So next thing is who's interested in hearing a little bit about investors? How do we guarantee their investment? Yeah, so here's the thing. People get to the end or get to the point where now the money's supposed to be transferred, or now I really need the deal, and then they're wondering why it's not happening at that point, and now they're saying, how do I secure it now? You don't. You do it way before that. You do it now. For you, my friends, I have a gift. That gift is now is the best time to start doing this. Now is the best time for you, because there's no pressure. There's no pressure. When the pressure's on, especially when you're new, you create all this garbage in your mind, which is like, you've got to become someone else, and you start talking like a robot, you lose your personality, you lose who you are, and now you don't connect to the people, because people are, there needs to be a deal there that works, but we have very good strategies that you follow. It's not difficult to find deals. Yeah, so it's not about they're investing in the deal, they're investing in the person, they're investing in someone they believe in. So this is why your content marketing and your problem solution marketing is so important, because how do they get to know whether they believe in you or not? This is what I don't get. If someone's not posting every day, we used to warm people up, but let's just face it. Now's the time. There's enough proof. There's enough evidence from the other tribe members that are killing it, that they post all the time. Yeah, so you got to agree up front. So you got to get, again, we go deep in this in PWT, but you got to get the agreement up front of how this is going to work. Yeah, and if they're flaky in the beginning, ask for some commitment. Ask for some commitment. I'm giving you the short version now. You ask for the commitment. So you just say, okay, yeah, so we just do a down payment of £5,000. That secures your investment for this property. We put the loan agreement together and you just secure it by that. And then the rest of it comes at this date, because that's when we need it. You know what's beautiful about that? I'm not even interested in the 5K. I'm interested in the reaction when I ask them for the 5K. Yeah. But before that, if some people are like, oh, wow, that's a bit, too much for me, because it's how you feel. It's how you feel when you're doing it. Yeah. So if you want to go a little bit softer, then you can just say, yeah, like, show me the proof of funds. Like, if you just show me the proof of funds, that'd be awesome. I could just make a note on that, you know, you're interested in this and you're eligible for this kind of investment. Again, if people are not going to show you the money, and some people, I know even a couple of people on here have done that before, and the investors, so-called investors, have kicked up a fuss going, well, if it's not built up on trust, you know, now, if you don't trust me now, I can't trust me then. Bullshit, you were never investing. They can't show me a screenshot or a piece of paper that says I got this money. How are they going to find the nerve to transfer me the money? But you're welcome to try other strategies, but I just like to gain commitment. I want to know, are they made of the steel? Yeah, because we're just open. I mean, it's just send me a screenshot. I mean, it's not difficult. It's difficult if you ain't got the money. Which, if you've not got the money, when do you want to know? When do you want to know if they've not got the money or they're not going to give it to you? When? You want to know as soon as possible. You don't want to know just before you need the money. And then everybody comes to us going, oh, you know, my investor pulled out. You never had an investor. Nobody pulled out because nobody was in. Think about that, guys. You can't pull out if you're not in. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. Investor. Yeah. You got to make sure that they're in the game. And it is built upon trust. So you got to trust that, you know, I'm just asking for, I just want it for my records. It's not like I don't trust you. But now you're acting like this. Now I'm starting to think twice. You know, you just be real. Just, you know, just have that conversation. Does that make sense?